Hello. I'm actually on time. Hi, everyone. I'm hoping you that. Why have I got these little wavy things in the bottom corner? My goodness. Let me see if I can get those off. That's I quite like them though. They're quite cool, aren't they? But they might be a little annoying. Oh, let's just leave it there. I don't know how to take them off. I'm talking about those things. Wrong finger. Those things. I can't do it. These presenters on TV. There, that thing. And that thing. Hi, Elaine, and hello, whoever you are. Sorry, it doesn't show me your name. Hi, Kelly from Texas. Thank you for joining me. I've been a bit slow. I didn't send out the email to remind you all, so thanks for joining me. I've been busy this week, so I kind of got caught out a little bit. I don't know. The time flies as you get older, doesn't it? For sure. It goes really quickly. It seems like every single week gets faster and faster, and I just don't know where the time goes. I never have enough time to do stuff. I must just be not doing the right things. Anyway, so how are you all? Hi, Deb, as well. Sorry, I can't name check everyone because your names don't come up in my list. So I've got 4 Facebook users. So hello, Facebook users. I'm sorry, I'm not being rude. I wish I knew who you were. But yeah, it's sunny. It's gorgeous here. Absolutely gorgeous day. To just adjust like right at the bottom of my screen here. I think I need to raise my chair. I'm on like a hairdresser's chair that wheels. It's like a little stool that wheels around. It's really whizzy. You know, like they have in hairdresser. I'm just going to hang on like 1 more minute. I think it's 5 past already, so I don't want to wait too long. So, what have you all been up to? It's not going on. I'm going to have to bear with me, guys. If I raise this too high, I can't actually sit on it. It's too. It takes off. Ooh. I have to like stand on the thing and hoist myself on. Ooh. Is that better? I'm not quite so small anymore. Oh my goodness. Hi, Ingrid from Ottawa, and Paula. Hi. Right, okay, quite a few of you here now already. So I hope I've just created your brief girl. Oh, lovely. I can't wait to see it. Where's she gone? I don't know if is it this one? This one. I love her. I really love it. Get that shared in the group. Who was that? Yeah, I don't know who you are. Share it in the group so everyone can see. Everyone loves it. Hi, Julie. Only here till past because you've got the school run. Yeah. Right. I'm gonna get on instead of like being silly. Let's just get on with things, shall we? So I'm gonna switch over my camera. I'm a bit out of breath. I don't know why. I've just opened the window, so maybe it's a bit of pollen. We're right out in the countryside here. Right, let me swap over. Oh, maybe not. Bear with me, guys. Do you know, I knew that was going to happen. Just knew it. This stupid camera. I bet my battery's run out. Bear with. There we go. Honestly, it drives me insane, this camera. I wouldn't mind, but it wasn't a cheap one either. Anyway, so we are going to do some stamping today. I've actually had to, I was supposed to do something else. We were going to do a live launch today. I've got a new collection for you, but I felt like I was rushing, so I didn't want to do it, and we'll do that. We might do it tomorrow if I get a chance. I think we might do a preview tomorrow afternoon. Brand new kit, you're gonna absolutely go mad for it, I think. Hi, Samantha Lang, nice to see you, lovely. So we're gonna do some stamping. So going on from, I don't know if you remember, but last week we did Stamp Soup, and where did it go? Well, what have I done with it? Oh, don't know where I've put it now. But anyway, here it is somewhere. So last week we Stamp Souped, and we did, what on earth have I done with it? It's there somewhere, but I've not even put it away. No, it's not. Last week we did a version of this using our Stamp Soup stamps, so this cute cat. So I did promise you that I had another version for you, and so today we're gonna do a dog version, which is really cute as well. So I thought, well, we can't just only do cats, we've got to do something for the dog people as well. So let's get started. So you might have to bear with me a little bit, because it is a bit of a grab and go today, because like I say, I'm a little bit disorganized. Get them out of the way, keep knocking them. So, do you know, excuse me, I'm just gonna, I think it's because I've been pushing about. I feel, you know, sometimes you just feel a little bit out of breath, and I don't know why. So there's my scrap. I've got a piece of watercolor card here. So again, that's that cheap watercolor paper that I showed you last week, that I got, which was this one. So I've got all these sheets. We worked out there was probably 50 sheets in a pack, and it was about £10 or about $15 roughly. Can't quite remember. It might be, I think actually it was a little bit less than that. And this is a nice, it's smooth, but it's not the smoothest. So as you, oh look, it says 50 sheets there. I didn't see that last week. So the difference between watercolor card, there's a hot pressed one and a cold pressed one. You might actually see this abbreviated as HOT or NOT. And the difference is when it's hot pressed, it's smoother. So, you know, like on a watercolor card, you get like a real bumpy textured surface. That'll be a cold pressed paper, and they're always a bit cheaper to buy. And it's because in the process, they haven't had to compress the paper for as long. Really good watercolor card has a very long process. So this is actually a really cost-effective pack, but trust me, I've bought a lot of watercolor paper over the years, card rather, because it is 300 gram. So it's a really nice heavyweight, but it will still go through my printer. And if anyone wants a good printer for printing your watercolor card to this weight, Canon Pixma. I tell you what though, guys, I can't believe the price of printers. They seem to have gone up a lot quite recently. I don't know whether it's just a while since I looked. You know how time passes, talking of time. So anyway, let's crack on. I want to try and get this done for the people that have to go at 2:30. Maybe we need to do 1:30 till 2:30, because that might be better for those of you that have got to go and get the kids from school and do the school run. Okay, so I am using Stamp Soup again, and I think I need to just gather myself. I think we're using the same set as we did last week, but I need to just check, because I think we are. So I'm using the Inner Frenzy and circling around. And before I go any further, I'll just set up a code for you. So this is only on until tomorrow, because these codes, especially for you guys for tuning into the lives. So if you use code 12May, so 12MAY in capitals, the first 50 people to use that code will get 20% off their order, whatever it is. So you're just going to get 20% off your order, but that runs out tomorrow, so it's 24 hours only. Well, a bit over. It'll run out midnight on Friday. So it runs out midnight Friday. Oh God, it's Friday the 13th tomorrow. So circling around and in a frenzy, which are these two sets. And I'm not going to bang on too much about these because it is a system, and I know we always have new people with us all the time. So I'm going to come back to the comments when I finish so that I don't get distracted and take loads of time up. So the whole idea with Stamp Soup, just to be very quick, is that you get a bunch of elements and you build these elements together to create anything you want. So we all see shapes differently, and everybody will get something different, and nobody will ever create the same things twice. So, you know, this is obviously a toadstool, but it's also a leaf. It can be so many different things, as you're going to see. I want to try and get 2 demos in. Right. So you're going to get the gist as we go along. So excuse me for kind of, like I say, being a little bit all over the place. And I haven't actually, I should have prepped this demo and I didn't. So I might come unstuck here. So one thing you have to do, you must do this when you get your Stamp Soup, is make a few masks, okay? So always make some masks with your Post-it notes or your masking paper, whatever it is you buy. I just tend to buy Post-it notes because they're cheaper than masking paper. I have masking paper and I never use it because I'm too tight. It's one of those things where I go, that was quite expensive, so I won't use it. Like you do. So I've just got to think here about what I'm going to do. And we are going to need, to mask for sure. So I'm going to take this little stamp here, and I'm not going to use a stamp press. And I wouldn't recommend that you do use a stamping press for these, because you kind of need to kind of be a bit free flowing with what you're doing and stuff. And you'll find a stamp press impedes you a little bit. I think for me, it would make it a bit laborious and kind of hard going. So I'm going to ink this little stamp up, and it, as you can see, it's kind of like a half circle, and it can be lots of different things. So what I might do is I might show you what I use this for on the other cards as we can. No, well, we'll kind of keep going as we are. So I'm going to go and just stamp that at an angle there. And remember, this is all about what you see. There's no right or wrong. Everybody sees something different. This particular stamp actually makes it really great ladybird. So all you've got to do is draw the circles in and make a little head. So we've got that one, and I want to make, let me see, what's the next thing? Okay. So I'm kind of doing this a bit ad hoc because, in fact, let me do that. That's a little one. I'm going to do that later. Right, so I'm going to mask these 2 off. I want my tweezers so that I don't get filthy with ink. Look, I've already made a smudge. I'm so messy. I'm going to mask those 2 off. And look, if you look at that, look, that could actually be, if you went, I'm not going to, but if you went and did that there, that could actually be a ladybird with its wings open, and I've never noticed that before. So, you know, this is the thing. As you start to use the system, you start to see lots of different things. I like looking in the comments to see what you're doing. So printer ink always runs when I colour it, no matter what I try. Okay, you need to not use anything water-based. If you're colouring, you need to use Copic markers or Spectrum Noir, all your alcohol markers, if you're using an inkjet printer. And if you are using a laser printer, you need to use watercolour. Don't use Copics with a laser printer, because the Copic and the alcohol will move the actual toner, because it's a powder, don't forget. So and someone else said frog's eyes or sunglasses. It could be sunglasses, could also be a bra, couldn't it? Anyway, it's not on this occasion. So we are going to take my favourite stamp out of the set, and you know, I might just use my tweezers all the time, so that'd be a good plan. So it's this kind of it's like a flower, like a petal shape, makes fantastic tulips and things like that. So we're going to, let me see, we're going to go, let's go there. Okay, and we're going to mask that one as well, because I want to over stamp that as well. So we're going to go to there, and I think we might go another one there. Okay, and whilst we've got this stamp, we're going to go to here, and then I've got another mask here, and this is what I was saying before. When you cut your masks, cut them out of more than one sheet at a time. So anyone that didn't see my little tip for that, what you need to do, get your post-it notes, stamp, and just in case anyone doesn't know what a mask actually does. So this is just a stack of post-its, and you need to catch where the glue edge is. Okay, and take your stamp and actually stamp as close to the glue edge as you can. And then what I do is I take 3 or 4 sheets at a time, and I just peel them off, and then I cut that out, and I've created 3 masks in one. So I don't have to like continually cut each one separately, and it's such a time saver. And what we use those for is so that we can cover up the stamp and actually over stamp it. So if I remove this one, look, it means I haven't crossed over the lines. I've still got my first one. You just have to plan it a little bit. It's a little bit like doing decoupage, you know, and you have to kind of plan in your mind what you're actually going to do. So the one that in your mind, think what's going to be at the front as you're stamping. Not explained that before, which is a bit remiss of me. So for instance, this, I want this at the front. So that's the one that I don't want any lines in. Everything else has to sit behind it. So that's the one that has to be masked. And you need to work, you're working from the front to the back in what you're doing. So I'm going to come down a little bit this time. And we're going to come across this side. Now I don't need to put another mask there because we're working down. Okay, so now when I take this one off, and I just keep them all together, so let's kind of keep them on top. You can see I've got lots of this one because this is the one that I'm using the most. Okay, so I need to just work out. I do actually have a picture I'm following at the side now, because like I say, I wouldn't be able to do it. Heat set the sheet after, heat set the sheet after you've been printing, Tracy. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, I kind of got sidetracked. That was what I was about to say. So you can heat set it or just kind of like leave it for quite a while. Now I'm going to take this little zigzag here, which makes great grass. And because it's polymer, I can actually bend it a little bit. So I'm going to just bend that there, and we're going to just join these 2 bits up here. And, oh no, I haven't gone wrong. That's okay. I need to get, oops, not that one. Need to get this mask again. So you can see we're pretty much using the same stamps over and over. And then these are kind of like your real builder stamps. So this one, these ones are kind of probably the ones you're going to use the most. And then all the others are kind of like accessories and the things that help you to build your other bits and pieces. So it looks a little bit random right now. They look like big, yeah, they do look like big froggy eyes or big fly's eyes. Do you know, this, if you actually, I'm not going to do it, but if you, let me get a stamp. I actually have a stamp here. Got like a little circle stamp there. But look, I've got another one there. If you put two eyes in there, look, that actually looks like a man. Look, it looks like a guy with his big moustache, doesn't it? That's his hair. How cool is that? So you could just draw your eyes in if you wanted to. Anyway, we're going to go a step further. So I'm coming back to my half circle, which again is one of those that I just use all the time. And we're going to do one there. And we want that sitting right next to it there. Okay. And now when I take these off, this is all nice and neat and masked apart from where I smudged a little bit there. So next we are going to use, let me see, what have we got? Let's try this one. Got a little sort of triangle shape here, which is really great for you creating flowers. So we're going to use that one. And we're going to do, no, I've changed my mind. I don't want that one. Let me just clean that off and put that back. I don't want that one after all. I think we've got a better one. So we've got this one, which is kind of like a nice petal, or it makes a great balloon. So let's stamp there. And stamp there. And then what I do want to do, in fact, I might trim this down a little bit. Just trying to think what I'm doing. So I've got another one here, which is more sort of petals and things like that. So we're going to meet that there. So at the point there, and actually, you know what, I was going to do more, but I like that as it is. I think that's really cute. Highland Cross. Yeah. Homer Simpson. I nearly fell over. Homer Simpson with a comb over. That's hilarious. Right, let me just trim this paper off because I don't want to waste it. This is why I needed to show you this, because it is hilarious. It's just so cute. So let's just trim this down. Just trim a bit more off the top there. To excuse on them. I can't not get ink everywhere. It's just how I am. I'm sorry. I am just a messy pup. Homer Simpson. What was the other one? Right, okay, so I've got this bit of cardstock now. And I actually want to just stamp this again. And this time I'm going to colour this in now. So let's go. Do you know what I'm going to colour with today? I'm using my Karen markers. Okay, so these are watercolours. So I haven't used them for a while, so I just thought, oh yeah, let's use these. And I might just colour this as we go, like now. We're sort of at the point really where I'm just going to put my ink pad away a little bit. Let's just get colouring this in. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a grey wash. and we're going to go, but look how that you know, that little stamp there, that's really kind of grass, but you can use it for so many different things. It's fabulous. Now, the really great thing about your Karen markers, oh, let's get a bit more, because that's wet now, I can kind of come in and look, this is literally like painting. So we can get some really nice dark bits, because this is going to be really dark under here and in there. That bit doesn't matter too much. You see, you've all guessed now. Do you know, I don't like it when you guess too early what I'm making, because the fun for me is kind of, you know, keeping you guessing a little bit. But so you can, let's paint in some like little paw marks there. Okay, and you can colour this however you want. That's looking a lot darker actually on the camera than it is in real life. So let's just get another colour going in. Where's my browns? And I'm just using a little bit of water, and we'll just add. And all I like to do is just kind of put a wash over the top. Just a light wash, and really all it is pretty much water really. And then you can kind of start to add a bit more colour then. If you get your marker and then actually follow the stamp outline, all you've got to do then is kind of bleed that out a bit. So cute. And let's do a bit more under here. Actually, we'll do that there. Okay, and we'll do his ears. You can have brown ears. We'll put a little bit of pink in them, I think. Sometimes with these markers, I don't know where my colour chart's gone, so I might be a bit off on my colours. It should be alright. Let's put a little dash of pink in there. Now, just want a little bit more of that brown colour. And you can see, look, I've only used 3 colours, and that's all I kind of want. I don't really want anything else, and I just want just a wash on that. I don't really want any colour on that much, so I'm going to just dab that off. Just want it to stain it. So there's just a slight little bit of colour. I actually added a bit too much water there, and actually I want a different colour. Let me get let's see, what's this colour? That's yellow. Let's try it and see. It's a bit more yellowy. No, it's not really what I wanted. So if you pick up a colour that you don't really want, kind of go with it and still do it on the opposite side, but then just go over it, because that way it won't look like you've made a mistake. So I think what we might do is, that's way too light, so I'm going to actually get a bit of that black again, a bit of that leftover black, and let's just change the colour tone on it. That's better. And then I'm going to pick up my pink, and actually it's gone a bit dirty because I didn't clean my brush like an idiot. So because this is wet now, look, this actually looks much dirtier on camera than it is. It's a lot more bright pink. That's cute. Okay, and then I also want, we're going to make this a girly dog, I think. So we'll make her have, look, a little pink bow. Let's do it properly. So this is the great thing about your Karens. You can actually colour in with them as well. So you can, you know, if you want that bright colour, you can. So, but I want a little bow here. So what can we use as a bow? Let me, oh, I've got the perfect stamp here. So look, this is how great these are. So you've got this little, it's a leaf really. You could colour that green and it's actually a leaf or a petal. Where's my ink gone? Gosh, it's warm in here. So I want this to be the bow. So we're going to go there and then just turn it around and stamp it again. And this is, a lot of this is actually about doing that kind of repeat symmetrical. They're not symmetrical because the stamps aren't symmetrical, and that's why they work so well. But to kind of repeat left and right, and that's when you start to actually make something. So now what I want to do, hopefully whoever it was that was leaving at 2:30, hopefully I've just about got it done for you. So I'm just going to cut this out. Everything's got a bit of a glittery sheen that I'm doing because my water's got glitter in it, from something I was doing before. Right, let me grab. And do you know what? I'm ecstatic. These scissors are you wouldn't think it. These are, I only use viscose scissors really. These scissors, I've had them for ages and they're my favourite scissors, and I'd lost them, couldn't find them. Last week I tidied up and oh my God, I found them. You cannot, honestly, I can't tell you the joy of finding these scissors. It's just the smallest things that pleases us as a crafter, isn't it? And I felt like crying because I was so happy. I've been going to buy them again for ages, but you know, they're not the cheapest in the world, but it's because, you know, you'll have them a lifetime if you look after them. So now this is his nose, and it might not stick because it's all wet. Oh, how cute! It's just the smallest things that tickle me, it really is. And what I really want to do is we need him to have a tongue. And you know that stamp that I didn't use before, that triangle one? I think this is going to work really well. Let's just get a little bit of a pink tongue. And we've not really done it. This is the only cutting out we've done. It's just so cute. Hilarious. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to just, look, I'm just going to bend that round. And then where's my glue gone? I need some proper glue that's going to stick here. I'm going to just put a bit of, maybe not. Oh, here we go again. Honestly, you know, like they say, it's got a nipple on it. Can you see that? It's solid. You're supposed to be able to just pull that out, and it doesn't work. It never works, ever. Honestly. Oh, it drives me insane. Where's my glue? Oh, I'll have to just use this. Okay. I actually got that undone. Right. Undone. Come on. Excuse me, guys. It's all going to come rushing out. You do know, don't you? Look, it's not coming out. Honestly. Oh, it's blocked. Bear with. This one will come rushing out. Oh no, it won't. This is the one that doesn't. Oh, I'm gonna. How can it be so hard to get some glue out of a thing? It's embarrassing. This is a brand new one. There we go. That one won't work next week. It's brand new. So I'm going to use the pointy end there. Put that to a side so I don't get my hands in it. And then what we're going to do is, I don't know, I don't think he needs a tail, you know, but I bet we could actually put a tail on him if we really wanted to. Trying to think what would make a good tail. Do you know what else would be a really cool stamp to actually use with this? This one. Look, if you wanted to do a poodle, you could actually put hair like that. Couldn't you? Put like his you know, like if you did that a few times, that would be really cool. It would look like a poodle. And you could also, you know, like do the poodly paws then as well. I bet you could easily make a poodle. I haven't done a poodle, but I bet you could. Let me see what. There's lots of different tails that we could use, but I don't think I'm going to do a tail. I think there is actually the stamp that I've got missing here. That would probably make a good tail. Or this again would make a good tail as well. You could just have that coming off the edge. And I think that's what I've done on my other one. Now I'm going to take, you know, we have the grass. So let's just finish it off and make him sit on the grass here. And we will put some, let's do some flowers. We've not done any flowers, have we? So look, he could have, I wonder if we could make a bone. I'm looking to see what we could have as a bone, but I don't think, actually, you know what, there might be something, I don't know, maybe not. I just want to have, this is my favourite, one of my favourite stamps. So these ones with all the like little bubbles, I think I showed you this one last week. This is one of my favourites. That's so cool as well. And then what's my brush? Let's just use a different colour. I'm going to put a bit of yellow in. In fact, actually, what I'm going to do is we need to do the background first. So ignore that I've got pink here. All we're doing is going to give it a wash. So we're going to just go around the outside edge. Let me pull that water in before I knock it over. So we're going to go around the outside edge, but not all of it. I want it to actually look like a wash. So the trick is where the water goes, your ink will bleed into it. So you can leave lots of nice gaps and it'll look really arty and watercolory. So, you know, just if I went inside the line there, it's going to bleed in. Even if I dry that off, it's likely to bleed in. So, you know, if you don't want it like there, I'm not bothered about that bit over the stalk there. So we're going to do the sky, and I want it to be a little bit hit and miss. So let me get a nice, now go lightest first. Let me just get rid of that. So what we can do here is we can watercolor direct, and we can get right in to these awkward bits if you really wanted to. You know, if you want it to be quite accurate, then go in. I tend to kind of do this and get it working. But look how it starts to flood. And I'm going to come back and do a darker colour, but I wanted to work with my lightest colour first. Now that might be enough for you, but what we can do, if it's enough, you can then just bleed this colour out. But for me, it's not, so I want a lot more. And look, this has got quite a flexible nib, so you can get quite a bit of ink out of it. And I'm just going to put a few little dabs in. And if you want more, you know, just get maybe get a bigger paintbrush. This is quite a small paintbrush. What's this colour? Indigo blue. Oh, that's nice. I think I need a bigger brush. Be all right. This is a colour I never normally use, if I'm honest. Just lately, I've kind of been trying to get out of my rut in terms of the colours that I use. Trying to change it up a little bit. I feel like I've gone a bit boring. That looks very it is quite purpley with it being indigo, but oops. I want it all to mix together, so clean those off as well. You see, that actually looks quite nice as it is, but I do want to go a bit more blue rather than purple. What colour is it? Violet, neon violet blue. What does that do? And if you don't know what that does, that's a nice blue. I think these all look the same for you, but that's a much more muted. That is like a proper blue. One colour I do really like is Lush Green. Look at that when it's watered down. That's really nice. As is Ocean Teal. This will be the one that I'm looking for. Yeah, look at that. That's lovely. I don't know whether you can really see the colours very well. It never seems to look very good. So I'm going to use Ocean Teal there. And this time, I'm going to actually go over that light blue. I don't want the light blue in there. I want it to be nice and dark. And I know you wouldn't normally do green as a background, but actually this is going to go blue by the time I've finished. So we're going to really water this out. And it's just going to make all of these purple tones go nice and blue. And I'm going to actually drain that out. Look, you see that dripping out? I think because it's quite warm in here, so everything's drying quite quick. So just do a little bit at my biggest tip is do a little bit at a time, and then you don't kind of like lose what you're doing and get out of control, because it is quite easy to get it a bit out of control. And the more water you put on, the more blending you're going to get. But look, I can tip that, and if I'm careful, because all the actual dog was the outline is the only thing that's got water on, like the inside of the line is dry, and that's why it's not actually running inside the line. So I think sometimes these things are self-explanatory, but there's always someone that that doesn't realise that that's the case. So I don't like to just explain. How nice is that? So you've got 3 colours there. That's actually really nice. I really like that. I think that's quite cool. So we'll just do some actual grass. If I can find a colour for that. Let me get my little scrap here. That's nice. Nice bright green. And we'll just colour this, I think. Get some colour on. And if you want a little bit of a darker colour, don't forget as well, if you use that code, we've run out of the 70 packs of the Karen markers, but we do still have the 12 packs. So, you know, 20% off, just saying, if you're in the market. And then I'm just going to feed that into there. And then one last little thing that I want to do, because this is all now dry, it's just, if you get any kind of areas where it starts to settle, you see like up there, it's settling a little bit in there, and it'll end up going really dark. Just get a cloth or a tissue, whatever, and just dip it in. And you can actually soak that up without actually touching the, you see it disappearing, you can kind of just soak it and it'll just lift it all out. The same down these corner bits here. If you feel like, look, it just, this is microfiber cloth, it's perfect. Or like I say, tissue, look, it's lifting up this. So it actually means that you can keep those nice splodges without all the colour, because where you leave those pools, the colour gets really dark, it intensifies because you've got a lot more pigment sitting in those areas. So it's a way of actually just cleaning those areas out. That's how I always call it cleaning out. So, and then if you want to, you can come back. You see, look, now that's actually, because I've actually pushed that down, look how much lighter it's getting. I don't mind it because it's at the top, but I don't want it to pull any more paint off the bottom here. And actually, I've now got a bit of a line there, so I need to just flood that, just even that out there a little bit. You maybe can't see that, but I can. So I'm going to even that out a little bit. And just down here, I want it to fade out a bit at the bottom, look. Just there, I need to do my flowers. But one thing I do want to do, what colour should we do the flowers? What about a nice orange? Wow, that's neon. Crikey. Neon orange. I don't know what this is going to be like. Hopefully this will fade down a bit. Gosh, that's bright, isn't it? Bright colour. And let's get a bit of that pink going in there. And I'm just going to add a little touch of green. Oh, look, it's all, you see, look, it's all flooded out. That's because I was too impatient and didn't let it rest and dry. But look, I can maybe get rid of it. Look, let's dry that off around there. Ruin that now. Never mind. Never mind. That's what not to do. Don't be impatient. Let it dry. I'll go back in and actually add a little bit more colour on there. I think it looks a bit pinky. So I've got my white pen. And I just want to give him some like little, you know, they have all those like little whisker marks, don't they? And what we can do is do just one above the top of his nose there. And if you really wanted to, you know, you could do, let's do a little dotty ribbon, and then it actually does look like a ribbon. In fact, it's not he anymore, is it? It's she, because she's got ribbon in her hair. So we'll just do, where's that gone? So I'm just going to do a couple of little flicks here. Just to get some bits of grass growing. And then if I come back in here around this side, I want to get this pink out of here. So if I actually go over that now with that blue, which was the very, very first blue we put down, look, we can kind of merge that in, and it starts to make it look a bit more purpley again. And then, my friends, I think, oh no, that was a bit of a weird noise, wasn't it? Let's see what we're going to do. I think that's it. I don't want to do any more. I think I might spoil it if I do any more. Yeah, that was a Posca pen. So Posca pen, there's a smaller one, a thinner one, and this nice big wide one. Get both, because you need both, and they really are the best of the best in terms of white pens. I don't think you can get a better one, to be honest. So the only thing that's going to finish this off for me is if I edge this, because we do need that to frame it somehow. And if you're not matting and layering, which I'm not going to, I need that frame. And to be honest, I would still do this even if I was matting and layering it, because even if you mat and layer, it's nice to just get, look, it's nice to just get that edge going on. And that's it. That's our little cute doggy. Isn't it cute? So if you have just joined me and you didn't see what we were doing right at the beginning, I just realised as well I haven't let people in the Facebook group. My goodness, bear with me. I want to just go and let people in the Facebook group. Every week I do this and I forget, and then people can't actually join us. I'm so bad. Okay, where are we? Oh, I've lost my thing. Where am I? Here we are. Okay, so we get these things out of the way. So last week we made this cute cat, and then this week we've done our little dog to actually match. So just to run over what we've done again, this is using our Stamp Soup system, which is basically these stamps. So it's circling around and in a frenzy, and these are stamp builders, so image builders rather. So this is the one I've done today, and let me move him out of the way. This was actually the one I did originally, which is quite cute, but actually I like this one better, I think. It's very cute. But this is what I was saying about the tail look. So you could use the beard bit as the tail as well. I didn't do that until the end, so it's not sitting right at the back. But I actually like this one better. I think it's nice. I think his ears and everything are cuter, and the little bow's cuter as well, I think. So like I said, two completely different ways of doing things, and you won't ever do them the same way twice. I actually want to colour. I need to see, this is the thing. I need to go a bit darker here. That's annoying me. His nose isn't dark enough. So let's just darken his nose up. And what I would actually do there, be really cool to actually put some glossy accents over there. So two different versions. And then if I show you some of the other things that we've created, so we've got these same stamps are also creating all of these samples. So we've got this really gorgeous butterfly. So look, where we used that stamp for his beard and his hair and his fur, that's actually butterflies, or it can be petals. We've got a cactus. You know, I said about creating a ladybird with the feet, with that half circle. We've got, this is fab, this one. Just, so here is a lovely floral. You see all that gold and splishy splash on there. Look at the dimension on that. So that really pops out. We've got another one there. You know, totally different. I've got ones here that I'm not showing you because I want to actually save these for another day for some demos. Here we've got cacti. Look at this. How cool is that? And look, all of these little bowls are the same stamp here, the feet. And look, even the turtle here is the same there. And then what she's done here, this was actually Lou that did this, and she's actually stamped circles into it as well. But even these, all these little bits are all from the set, and the butterfly as well. We've got fish. So again, that same half circle is fish, and look, the fins or the tail is the same stamp that we used for the bow for the hair. And yeah, and then we had the cat. I can't remember, find the one that we did last week, but it was pretty much the same one. So I hope you have enjoyed this session. Let me, we've got giveaway today. So if you have joined me today, I've got a special code for you. It's not going anywhere else. It's just for people on the video. So let me just grab, excuse me. Oh, I'm falling off my chair. This stupid chair. Okay, where are we? That went so quickly. I can't believe how fast that time went. I'm back. I'm surprised I haven't got red cheeks. I feel absolutely boiling. So a giveaway. Someone will win the 2 stamps that I've been using today. So these are actually mine. This is my backup set. Somebody's going to win these. So it's the let me see, I'm going to pick out a winner in a second. But yeah, if you have joined me today, use that code 12 May, no space in the middle, 12 May, MAY in capitals. The first 50 customers to use that code before midnight tomorrow, so Friday the 13th, can get 20% off their order. So, but it is limited to the first 50 people. So who's going to, let me see, who's gonna win? I'm just gonna randomly look away. Okay. Oh, you see, I've got distracted now by the comments. Okay, so we are, the winner is, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Gigi Kocheva. So Gigi, I think that's how you spell, how you pronounce it, Gigi. If you want to email me on, I don't know if you can private message through the Polka Doodles page. Oh, what's that comment? Yeah, just message me, website at polkadoodles.co.uk, and these 2 stamps are actually yours. So they're yours. They'll come on their way to you, and we'll get those in the post. I think I've missed the post today. It'll be tomorrow. So I just want to address a couple of comments. Okay, so just one thing. So I must do this because, and I know I've shown it to lots of you before, but I really do want to just show it again. So let me just flip back over for 1 minute. The code is 12 May. So 12 M for mother, A-Y in uppercase. So 12 uppercase M-A-Y without a gap. and that's 20% off the whole store. So not just on digital stuff, that's the whole store. And it's the first 50 people to get an order in before midnight tomorrow will get 20% off. So I'm just going to flick back over just for another minute. There we go. So I think it was Gigi mentioned about doing the border here, and I just do it and I don't even think about it. So it is, let me find something, let me go. Okay, so this is the trick, because I know most people kind of go, there's no way I'm doing that, I'm just not doing it. What you need to do is, first of all, get a piece of scrap paper and practice. So practice with a thick pen and do it with a thinner pen as well, because it's very different. And then what you need to do, because you've got your edge here and you know it's straight, put your pen to your edge here. So start off at a point, put your pen down, and then look, and actually physically look, put your eyes where you want that line to end. So say I want it to end here, I'm going to actually look at my finger here. So I'm not looking here, I've already got my pen. Excuse me, my throat's really dry. I've already got my pen on the paper, look, it's actually making a mark. And I want my finish line to be here where my finger is. So I'm looking at my finger. So and don't move your eyes, just look at your finger and move your hand. Now it's gone right off, but don't worry about it, because what you can do, look, is you can come back, and then I want it to end there. Look, we're going to do a rough square. So I'm going to start there, and I'm looking at my dot here, and look, this time I've missed half my line, but I'm going to go up there. That's fine. And I'm going to join it there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back. So look, we'll go down this time. And I like to draw left to right. Not everyone does, but you can come back and do this. And if you go over a couple of times where you've made a mistake like this, look, now it doesn't look like a mistake. And so up here where you kind of went off, try and come back down there. So, but if you do 3 lines, you need to do 3 lines all the way around, really. And look, the faster you get, the better it actually is. And the whole point is, don't try to make it look perfect, because you will never make it look perfect. So look, it's the same principle again here. I'm making it quite difficult for myself here because I've not got let me grab a piece of, here we go. So look, we've got our card here. So again, start there and come to there. And don't you know, do it in 4 lines. Don't keep your line continuous. And so I'm looking there. I'm not looking here. I'm not looking here. I'm looking there where I'm going. You know, you don't, when you walk in, you're not looking at your feet, do you? That's when you fall down. So you look ahead, and that's where you go. And then there's lots of different ways you can do this. So that's my thick pro marker line, or a Sharpie, whatever you want to use, Copic even. And then I've also got a thin, sorry, I can't see there. I've got a thin point here. So this is kind of a medium one. This is 0.8. You could go a lot thinner if you want as well. But another way, I want to show you another couple of ways of doing this. So look, you can actually do a thick line and a thin line, which looks quite cool. Now another thing is, like you were saying before, someone was saying, I'd go right off the page. So do I. Look, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you go off the page, look. It actually doesn't matter. But what you need to do is take it off the page. Look, that was actually an accident one. The whole point is, it needs to not look intentional. And if you stand there or sit there trying to draw a straight line, it just looks a bit rubbish. But if you try not to draw a straight line, look, you could even go right off at an angle and you can make patterns. And then where these cross, put a little cross in here. So like, look, little marks. This is called mark making. So I always do it where they intersect. So I put all these like little lines in, put a little cross in there, put a big cross there. You know, you could put an extra one in there. You could do lines like this. You could do zigzags are a really great way to cover up messes. So where you've gone wrong, just do a zigzag. And look, that actually looks like a stamp that you would buy. So, you know, that's the whole trick, is don't try to be accurate, because you go a bit more wonky. But you can make it however you want it to be. So look, I've gone right off the edge there. So because I've gone off the edge there, what I do then, and this is why a flat chisel marker is really good for this, because if you now go an edge right around, you can actually hide that as well. So you haven't ruined what you're doing. But it's just, it doesn't work for everything. You know, I wouldn't do this necessarily if I was making a clean and simple card. But if you're doing something that's quite funky, then yes, I would. And another thing you can do is if you get your scrap paper under here like this and actually run your marker down the edge, you actually get quite a nice finish on your card blank. You see how it's much more solid. So it's better than actually doing it the way that I was just doing it there, where you're holding it upright. Because you're actually using the edge of your card or your paper as a ruler. So I hope that's helped you there, and I hope you'll all have a go at doing that. It's one of my things that I just have to do. It's because I'm not a big fan of matte layering. There's nothing wrong with it. It looks lovely on everyone else's cards. I just don't like it on mine. And look, even this one. So I found this earlier when I was fishing around. And this looks a bit bare, this. And look, I've kind of gone wrong here, but it doesn't matter. Look, I can do little thingamajiggy, and I actually put some little circles in this one, look. So look, you could even do a little swirl. You know, you don't even have to do it all the way around. There. And actually that looks way nicer to me now. I think that looks much nicer. And because these stamps are sketchy, it works perfectly with it. So it just gives you a much nicer end finish, I feel. Anyway, not everyone does, but I feel like it gives you a much nicer finish with this style of stamps. So that was a little extra little bit there. Let me just switch back over. So thank you for joining me. Any more questions? Can't see any. Winifred Wolf. Is that what you named her? Winifred Wolf. Oh, she's so cute though, isn't she? I can't hold it up because I actually, her nose is still wet. Look, she's so cute. I think she might drip that nose, but you can see because the water's still wet. Look how cute it'll be if you put glossy accents on there as well. So thank you for joining me. As I said at the beginning, exciting news tomorrow. It's launch day tomorrow. Fingers crossed. I said that. I hate saying launch day because then I'm committed to it, and if anything goes wrong, it's a nightmare. But we have an amazing launch tomorrow, so I'm going to join you at, I think, yeah, let's do 2 o'clock. It'll be short. I'm not going to, I don't think I'll demo. I'll just live launch with you to give you a nice preview of what it's going to be. And make sure you are signed up to the newsletter. That is my big heads up for you. So launches, you need to be signed up to the newsletter, because you always get the best deals from the newsletters than you do actually on the website or anywhere else. So you will always get those codes and those special deals and stuff. And we actually treat our newsletter people kind of like a bit like a VIP, not a VIP, but you know, because you're following us on the newsletter and you allow us to email you, which I know is a highly personal thing and not everyone likes it. So because of that, we try and reward you for doing that. So make sure you sign up for the newsletter on the website, especially for tomorrow. Right, okay. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. It's been a blast as usual. And I will let you go. School's just out. Yeah, I know it's an odd time. It's really difficult to get the right time for everyone. But hopefully we can catch some people that are in the States and Canada as well. And that's it. Yeah, thank you guys. Look, I'm going red now. It's absolutely boiling in here. Right, okay. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.